We went to Hawaii again for the third time. This time we were there for 13 days, which has been our longest stay yet. And this time we actually stayed on the southern tip of the island, so near Wailea area. We usually love the Kanapali, Kapalua, like western part of the island. So this was a new one for us, but we were super excited to be going again and then also being able to experience a different side of the island than what we're used to. We flew Hawaiian Airlines. I highly recommend if you're going to Hawaii and you have to spend an extra $20 to $30 to fly Hawaiian, just do it. The people are awesome. The planes are incredible. The leg room's great. The food options are usually pretty decent. And they have Starlink. So if you are playing video games or trying to stream movies, they are awesome. I got ginger ale and then we got breakfast sandwiches. These are turkey, sausage, egg, and cheese. Pretty basic. It's kind of what you'd expect. And again, it's like Hawaiian's food is definitely better than most airlines, but there's only so much they can do trying to fit hundreds of people on a plane and feeding everyone. So I totally understand. Once we landed and we were able to get our bags and our rental car, we made our way up to Leoda's. Leoda's is a must-do stop for me every single trip. They make the best sandwiches. They also have a full menu if you want burgers, hot dogs. Apparently their pot pies are very good. I've never tried it. And they make these small single-serving pies. We've tried all of them. They're all delicious, but we always come back for the sandwiches. They bake their bread fresh daily, and the turkey club is perfection. Turkey, bacon, avocado. We usually add cheese. I forgot to add cheese this time, but we'll do it next time. After our lunch break, we drove down the coast back down to Wailea. The next morning, we popped in at Akamai Coffee. They actually started as a drive-through coffee stand, but now they have a couple of brick and mortar locations. And this place is stunning. Like, the aesthetic is perfect. They actually grow and roast all their own beans on Maui, which is awesome. And now I almost regret not getting coffee. I should have gone back, and we're going to have to go back another year. But today I wanted a matcha latte. So I got a matcha latte, and even that was super delicious. We also had a little lizard friend hanging out with us. For lunch, we made our way over to the Kihei Kalama village. So this is an enclosed location with like a bunch of little shops and kind of like flea market vibes. But it's definitely a fun walk around. We were starving at this point though, so we popped in at Paia Fish Market. So Paia Fish Market actually opened in Maui in 1989 in the northern location in the town called Paia, which is like super laid back surf town. This is the south side location in Kihei, and just like the northern one, they offer a bunch of fresh fish options with generous portions. You can really pick your plate and kind of tailor it to whatever you're in the mood for. I started with the garden salad. That's fresh organic greens that's locally sourced with cucumber, carrots, tomato, and sprouts. And then their house-made papaya dressing. So good. It was so fresh. And then we got the fish tacos. These are fresh corn tortillas, blackened mahi-mahi, and tomatoes, lettuce. And this is the fresh catch plate. It's your choice of fish. I did Cajun style mahi mahi with coleslaw and home potatoes. The home potatoes were delicious and the fish was so fresh. Highly recommend. That evening we made our way over to Gather on Maui, and those blurry blobs are actually all cats. The Wailea Golf Club area has an insane amount of cats and they're all super adorable. Gather on Maui is a super casual spot to get food and drinks. This is our second time coming here. I always love this space. It's super open plan and it looks out on the ocean. So highly recommend coming here during sunset. The first dish up was the chili crunch chicken. It's garlic crunch, crusted bone, and chicken breast with crispy Brussels served with mashed potatoes. This was really good. The chicken was super tender, and the Brussels were perfectly crispy, and the mashed potatoes were buttery. It was amazing. It was like a 3 out of 5. We also tried the macadamia nut crusted sea bass. That's crispy Oala potatoes, honey lilikoi beurre blanc, pickled papaya salad. The fish was tender, but it was slightly overcooked, so it made it dry out. But the potatoes were not crispy. I think in general, the experience this year was pretty mid in comparison to last year. My recommendation, come for happy hour, get cheap drinks and food, and watch the sunset. The next morning, we went for a drive and then we were looking for breakfast, so we went over to the Grand Wailea. If you are visiting Maui, I highly recommend make your way over to the Grand Wailea. The hotel is massive and they have a huge garden that's right next to the ocean, so plenty of time to just walk around and explore, but they also have quite a few restaurant options, so if you are looking for something to eat, it's a great stop. We just popped in at Lulu, which is their casual marketplace. They have plenty of different snack options. They do also have a small menu for different breakfast and lunch items, and they have the Erewhon collab going on with the different soft serves, which we do try later in the trip. But for today, we just stopped by to look at breakfast options. I went with the breakfast croissant. It's a croissant with scrambled eggs, bacon, and white cheddar. This isn't anything to write home about. I feel like it was like a pretty basic breakfast sandwich. And then I also got the mac nut latte. The coffee was really good. I really liked it and was pleasantly surprised for it being like hotel coffee. But again, totally recommend going to the Grand Wailea. It's awesome. After breakfast, we made our way down to the beach and it was beautiful. The only note is that if you are visiting in June and July, it gets very windy early in the day. So front load all your activities and be done by like 11 a.m. noon. For dinner, we stopped by Coconut's Fish Cafe. This is one of those locations that'll show up when you research places to eat in Maui. Always comes highly recommended. I just personally am not like the biggest fan. I don't know why. It just isn't one of those places where I'm like, you have to go. But it is definitely convenient and they are pretty affordable. The salad stood out. They used fresh, locally sourced greens with fresh pineapple and mango, and then like a papaya dressing. That was pretty decent. And then we got the blackened mahi mahi. Again, it's good. It's just not amazing. Kraken Coffee. If I could ship this back to California, I would. This quickly became one of our favorite places. We came here most mornings. Their coffee is absolutely delicious, and they have a bunch of different great breakfast options. And then also, the people that work here were so amazing and so friendly. So, I definitely recommend that if you are looking for a great coffee place on the south side of the island, 100% come to Kraken. These people were amazing. I got the everything bagel with eggs, bacon, and cheese. The bacon was perfect. The bagel was perfect. The bagel was crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. I really couldn't ask for anything more. Highly recommend. For coffee, I went with the Mocha Wow. This is coffee with mac nut and white chocolate syrup. This became my favorite. We tried several different flavors. I kept coming back to this one. The only note is a large coffee is 4 shots of espresso, so be warned. Ululani's is another one of my non-negotiables. They have the best shaved ice. They always have a line, but frankly, the line it never takes that long, even though it looks crazy. So if you are stopping by, don't be deterred. It's worth waiting for. Their shaved ice is just next level. Their syrups are always really tasty and fresh, so highly recommend popping by. I went with the lava flow, and then you can get it with a snow cap, which is condensed milk, and a side of mochi, which all of it's just so tasty. And with how warm it was, I think it was like almost 80 degrees out. It was so refreshing and well worth the stop. This is like a must do every single trip. Another spot that's great to check out for breakfast and lunch is 808 Deli. It's a smaller, locally owned spot where they have plenty of breakfast options, sandwich options, like deli sandwiches, as well as paninis. They also have a whole host of puddings. That was crazy to me, but it was so good. There was the Lilikoi pudding, Oreo, the cookie dough, salted caramel. We went with the Lilikoi and the Oreo, so good. Also tried a couple of the salads. Everything here was delicious. Another spot I highly recommend checking out is the shops at Wailea. So it is a luxury shopping destination, but perfectly fine to window shop at if you don't want to spend $1 million at Louis Vuitton. They also have a couple of coffee spots, and they offer some cultural programming. When we were there, they were doing ukulele lessons, which is so cute. They do Polynesian performances. You can even sit in on an exercise class with Lululemon. They do different like cardio and yoga programs during the week. So plenty of options here if you don't feel like a beach day, or if it is just really hot and windy. I highly recommend just coming, checking it out, walking around a bit. While we were there, we stopped by Maui Matcha. So this is a bit more of a trendy spot. I feel like I've seen it all over my For You page, but it's definitely worthwhile. Their matcha was absolutely delicious. Right now, it is just a small booth located in like the lower corridor, but they are working on a brick and mortar location. So I'm super excited for them. The matcha was delicious. I went with the ube latte, and that too with coconut milk was really good. I highly recommend it. If you happen to be in Maui during the first Friday of the month, you can head over to Wailuku for the Wailuku First Friday Festival. We stopped by, and it's pretty cool. It's just like a street fair with a bunch of like different live music, as well as local vendors and local foods. We just didn't stay very long because our dinner plans were to check out the Kihei food oasis. So we had to make our way from Wailuku down to Kihei again so that we could get to the Kihei food oasis before it closed. The Kihei Food Oasis is so cool. It's like a collection of food trucks in this really whimsical kind of garden thing. And there's all sorts of food types, from burgers to wings, tacos, seafood, different breakfast options, you name it. It's awesome. If you're in the Kihei area, highly recommend you check this out. Our first stop was Bacon and Blossom. It is just a casual eatery that offers a ton of different breakfast, lunch, and dinner options. They are also one of the few seed oil free places, so if that is something that you're conscious about, I would recommend checking it out. We got the Island Grazer, which is a grass-fed beef burger with bacon jam, white cheddar, arugula, garlic aioli, and blue cheese. That's my only warning. I miss that. I'm not a big blue cheese fan, so you can ask them to omit it and it's still just as good. And then we got their seasonal salad that was microgreens with cheese, avocado, macadamia nuts, onions, as well as like a strawberry balsamic vinaigrette. Super fresh ingredients. The two were definitely complimentary, and it's more than enough to split between two people. Then the potatoes. These were crispy tallow fried potatoes served with aioli and chives. These were so good. I would come back just for these delicious little potatoes with a really good aioli. If you are looking for local trinkets or keepsakes that you want to take home, the Kihei Swap Meet is a great location. They have a bunch of different vendors that sell clothes and jewelry, as well as like hand carved wooden statues and different things. It was definitely a lot of fun walking around and seeing the different knickknacks. For dinner, we went over to the Andaz Resort because that is where Morimoto is located. It's an excellent sushi restaurant. This resort is incredible. Like, this lobby was huge, and they have several layers of pools looking out on the ocean. Absolutely stunning property, and I cannot say enough about how friendly all the staff were. And because Morimoto is kind of located down by the pools, so it took a minute to get there, but everyone was super helpful, and we were able to find the place just fine. We started off with the edamame. It comes with molten sea salt, delicious edamame, and then we got two sushi rolls. It was a spicy salmon and then a California roll. I was really surprised this place wasn't busier because the edamame was so good, the sushi was delicious, the fish was super fresh. The one thing that really got me here was the rice. This is by far some of the best sushi rice I think I've ever had in my life. So highly, highly recommend checking them out. We also got the fried chicken bao buns, and it came with french fries. These french fries were out of this world. They were so crispy on the outside, almost like they were tempura battered and then soft on the inside. The bao buns were good too. They actually gave us an extra one. It normally just comes with two, but it's just really crispy tempura fried chicken, greens, and a very simple sauce. Very good, but those french fries, I know it's so random, but the french fries were delicious to it. Once you leave Morimoto, you actually end up at the walkway that goes past Grand Wailea, past Andaz. It's a really fun walk, and we could technically walk all the way back to our Airbnb. We weren't going to do that. It's probably about like a 20-minute walk, but it's really cool. It's like a coastal trail, so if you are looking to kill some time, I would check it out. That evening, we went back over to Grand Wailea and watched the fireworks for the 4th of July. Thank you so much for watching. We will be back. I think there will be at least 2 or 3 parts to this Hawaii trip since we were there for 13 days. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!